Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Kim and welcome back to Uncommonkim. So this is going to be week 3 and 4 of Magical Readathon, which is a readathon month-long hosted twice a year by G from Book Roast. I will leave the announcement video and all that jazz down below. There is a lot that goes into Magical Readathon, so not a lot. I can't explain it as well as she does. But I am attempting to become a Beastmaster. So for this I have certain prompts I need to read for. I have quite a few prompts to read for. So far I've completed 3, so I have like another 3 or 4 to go. So I need to get a move on, that's for sure. Today is actually Tuesday night currently. I haven't been very well last couple of days. I think I've got like a wisdom tooth coming through. So I'm just like in a lot of pain. And also my anxiety's been playing me up a lot recently, so I think that's kind of been a bit of an issue, but I am in the mood to read, so read we shall. So the first book I'm going to read in this vlog is going to be Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune, because if you've seen my previous vlog for the first 2 weeks of Magical Readathon, you'd know I was at war with Royal Mail over this book arriving, because for some reason they just didn't want to send it to me. But I've got it. I've got it, lads, I've got it. This is book 2 in the Cerulean Chronicles, I think they're calling them. The first book being House in the Cerulean Sea, which I have just reread in the previous vlog as well, if you're interested in seeing that. I love The House in the Cerulean Sea with all my freaking heart. So this is my first time I've ever reread it, and I loved it as much as the first time I read it. We follow a guy called Linus, who basically works for the government to look after young children who have these weird magical powers, and he gets sent to this house on an island which is run by a man called Arthur, and Arthur is the best character. He looks after the children, he knows the children so well, and also meeting the children is phenomenal, learning their little traits, what they love, what they don't love. 2 of them, they're the amount of death they would love to commit just due to who they are, but Arthur and Linus are like, no, come on, let's not do that. And I just love it so much. They go on adventures every Saturday. It's a freaking vibe. But this has literally just come out, I believe, like last week, and this, I believe, we follow Arthur, so I am really excited to read this one. So obviously I won't be able to talk a lot of spoilers about this book because it is the second book in a series, but I will talk as much as I possibly can without spoiling it for anyone. But yeah, I thought I'd just start this vlog because I hadn't started it yet, and I will probably update you all when I have made some progress or have something to update you somewhere. Hello. I don't actually know the last time I updated you, or if I've updated you at all this week. I can't really remember. So I'm here to update you. It is Saturday. And today is Pokeathon, which is Jade's from January Reads readathon, year-long readathon. Once a month we do like a 24-hour sesh. Today is a contest where we need to read a 500-page book that is green, or one or the other. So I'm just doing green cover today, just because I haven't got time to read a 500-page book. I've already recorded 2 videos today, and I've got a load of other stuff to do as well. But I'm going to be reading Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson. So far I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm only like 40 pages in, but so far so good. It's been a vibe. It's really like cozy fantasy vibes, but also Brandon Sanderson, so you can't go wrong. So we follow a girl called Tress who basically has fallen in love with this guy called Charlie, who is the Duke's son, and he ends up getting sent away, which means that Tress has to go and find him. And so far it's really cute, really cozy. but that's what I'm just currently making my way through today. But the rest of the week I have been reading Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune. So I'm currently halfway through Somewhere Beyond the Sea, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm loving being back with these characters. These characters are the best. They haven't changed in the slightest. They've grown up a tiny bit, but not very much, but I absolutely love them. So if you don't know House in the Cerulean Sea, we follow Linus, who basically goes and visits homes where young children with magical powers are looked after, and he goes to this one house which is run by Arthur, who is a magical being himself, and yeah, he looks after all these magical children, and Linus is there to kind of make sure he's looking after them properly, and while he's there he falls in love with the children and Arthur. And it's so good. With this series I really recommend the audiobook because the narrator is phenomenal. They use different voices for all the different children, and it's so good. But yeah, I'm currently halfway through. I'd love to finish both of these today, but I don't know if that's doable, but to finish them both by the end of the weekend would be great. So this is for a phoenix on the cover for Magical Readathon, and this I'm actually going to count for Night on the cover. I currently have Wolf Song written down for Night on the cover, but I'm just not in the mood for that right now. I'm more in the mood for this, so I'm going to go for this one instead for that prompt. Yeah, I think that's all I really need to update you on, but I thought I'd just do a little update here now while I remember. I have got some book mail arriving today, so hopefully I'll show you that later, and yeah, whatever else I need to update you, probably update you when I've made good progress on Tress, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I will update you all soon. I thought I would do a little reading update with my cool little globe in the background, which you would have just seen in like a little B-reel clip. He's got little bats flying around. It's really cool. So I'm nearly halfway through Tress of the Emerald Sea, and I am really enjoying it. I'm loving following Tress and her little friend. Not gonna say what it is, but it's a little friend. While she's trying to find Charlie. It's really cute, really heartwarming, and I love seeing her being confident and like kind of trusting in herself and being like, I can do this. Also, I'm listening to the audiobook as I read, and it is an amazing way to read this book. The narrator is so good, and because you read the book as if someone's telling her story, you also then find out that the narrator is one of the characters in the book, and it's so good. It's so nice and fun to read. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. But I thought I would also just show you a bit of book mail that I've got. So I've had 2 books arrive today which are pre-orders, and I am so excited to read them. So we have Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood, who is a YouTuber. This is her debut novel, and I'm super excited to read it. Also, the sprayed edge is freaking stunning. Can you see the cat? There's a cat. And it's got like really cute autumnal vibes. So I believe in this one we follow Belle, who is trying to like rediscover her powers, I believe. But yeah, I'm super stoked to read this one. Just look how cute the cover is as well. It's just so cute. I'm really excited to read that. And then the other book is All the Devils by Caitlin Wilson, which has just got the black sprayed edge. I actually have no idea what this is about, but I was brought in by the cover. The cover looked phenomenal. So Hell is empty and all the devils are at Ravenwood Academy. Andy Emerson knows she must come to terms with a life without her sister, Violet. But on the day of her funeral, Andy is shocked to discover one thing. The person in the casket is not her sister. Violet is alive. Convinced her sister's elite boarding school is covering up the truth, Andy enrolls at Ravenwood Academy to discover what really happened to find Violet. The school is beautiful and haunting as the students within it, and Andy learns that it's not just good grades that drives these pupils. Something much darker is at play. After discovering a cryptic note from her sister, Andy must follow a set of clues to unlock the truth. This will bring her into contact with secret societies, ancient magic, demons, monsters, and a charming senior named Jay Han, who has his own reason for finding out what happened to Violet Emerson. So yeah, it sounds really cool, really quirky. Quirky? No, not what I meant to say. Really cool, giving me like... I'm not going to say Deadly Education because I hated that book. What was the book? Like Magpie Society? Or what's the book I'm trying to think of? Truly Devious, maybe? Because kind of like like a school... There's a book I read that this is really reminding me of, but I cannot tell you for the life of me what it's called. I can't remember. But it's giving me, I'm loving the sound of the vibes. So yeah, I'm really excited to read that one. Both of these have literally recently just come out. But yeah, I'm super excited to read them both. I'm hoping Rewitched I'll get to in October, as it is set in October, so I feel like it's a good book to read for that. But All the Devils I definitely want to read before the end of the year. It's just when I have time. But yeah, that's my little update for you. My anxiety's been a bit shit today, just to be honest. Just yeah, I don't really know what's going on with me today. I'm just in a really like low mood, don't really want to talk to anyone. I'm kind of like hiding myself away, thinking quite negatively. So I'm trying to like distract myself by reading, but I'm then not wanting to read because my brain's just like but my mum's going to be home soon, so I'm hoping that will make it better, because that woman's very good at making everything better, so hopefully. But yeah, that's my update, and I will speak to you all in a bit.
But I hope that sounds good. Giveaways, well, I still think
slide outside and have a go, but that now puts George actually under a massive amount of pressure coming up. Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso, the most experienced drivers on the grid, if you total up all their racing kilometres over their years, it's more than halfway from the Earth to the moon.
Hello. So I thought I would update you. I have finished Tress of the Emerald Sea. I gave it 4 stars, but it's probably like a low 4, nearly a 3. I enjoyed it. I just felt like it dragged in a few places, but overall I quite enjoyed it. It was quite a nice fun read, but yeah, I just felt like it dragged a little bit, so I probably would give it a high 3, low 4. Really enjoyed Brandon Sanderson's writing, really enjoyed the narrator for the audiobook. That was really good. Yeah, it was pretty good. He mentioned in a little chatty bit at the end that he's planning on doing a book based off of one of the characters in here, so that would be very interesting to read. But yeah, quite enjoyed myself. But just a bit, it didn't need to be nearly 400 pages, I don't think. But yeah, I'm now going to go and finish Somewhere Beyond the Sea, and see how long that takes me. I'm hoping I can finish that tonight, and then on to something else. I don't really know what. I'm thinking The Honey Witch, just due to it being similar vibes to Somewhere Beyond the Sea, but we will see. But I will update you all probably when I have finished Somewhere Beyond the Sea. Oh. It's coming. Hello. Good morning. It is Tuesday. It's currently 7:30 in the morning. I can get ready to go to work, but I thought I would update you because last night I finished Somewhere Beyond the Sea by TJ Klune, and this was the easiest 5 stars I think I've ever given out. I loved this book so freaking much. The family, the characters were phenomenal. Being back with the characters that I do love so dearly was great as well. I just cannot fault this in the slightest. I loved it so much. And also the message behind it of there's nothing wrong with being different, and as soon as people realise there's nothing wrong with being different, the world will be a nice fucking place. And the little chatty bit TJ Klune did at the end of this, chef's kiss, because the way he feels about the LGBTQ plus community, about trans people, it's like, yes, TJ Klune, we need more people to just be open and talking about that it is fine to be who you want to be. Also love the fact that he called himself the anti-JK Rowling. I love that. I thought that was great. But yeah, I love this so much. I loved it so much. If you haven't read House in the Cerulean Sea, read it and then read this, because it was so good. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I loved the message. I loved the characters. I loved everything. Absolutely everything. It was great. Easiest 5 stars ever. I'm now going to be moving on to The Honey Witch by Cindy J. Shields. So this is the lovely Fairyloot edition, which I believe this is a cozy fantasy. So I'll read the synopsis. Marigold Claude has always preferred the company of the spirits of the meadow to any of the suitors who tried to woo her. So when her grandmother whisked her away to the family cottage on a tiny isle of Innisfree with an offer to train her as the next honey witch, she accepts immediately. but her newfound magic and independence comes with a price. No one can fall in love with the Honey Witch. When Lottie Burke, a notoriously grumpy skeptic who doesn't believe in magic, shows up on her doorstep, Marigold can't resist the challenge to prove to her that magic is real. But soon Marigold begins to care for Lottie in a way she never expected. And when darker magic awakens and threatens to destroy her home, she must fight for much more than her new home and the risk of losing her magic and her heart. It sounds really good. I'm really excited to read this. I'm going to take the dust jacket off because I don't want to damage it when I take it to work. But look at the little honey pot. Isn't it cute? I love it. So yeah, I'm going to be reading this now. Hoping I can finish this quite quick, as I still have 2 books I need to get to, which is God of the Woods and The Will of the Many. I'm hoping like by Saturday I could have finished The Honey Witch and The God of the Woods. So then, because I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so then I'll have Saturday, Sunday, Monday to read The Will of the Many. That's my plan anyway. And then that's my whole TBR completed. Chef's kiss. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna start this probably on my lunch break, and I'll update you all when I've made some progress. Hello. So I thought I would do a bit of an update for you. It is now Saturday. We have, well, it's actually Saturday evening, so I have 2 full days left of Magical Readathon. I haven't been very well. I've been all full of cold, and I thought it was just my allergies, but no, I have a cold and I've really just not been very well. But I have spent nearly all day today listening to The Honey Witch. I've made quite good progress. I'm now on page nearly 230. So over halfway, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm loving the audiobook. That's how I've mainly been listening to it, is through audio, and I've really been enjoying that. Doesn't want to focus on me. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it. It's been a really good read so far. I really love the characters, but also the plot has been really good, really interesting. Learning about honey witches and ash witches, but also having seeing our main character Marigold build relationships with people, where she kind of has to be alone. And I will, just a pre-warning to anyone, this book does involve a lot of grief, which when I first read that part I really thought I wouldn't be able to cope with that very well. If you know me at all, you'll know why. But, and this is kind of a spoiler. Is it? Hold on. Yeah, it is a spoiler, so I won't say it. But there is, quite early on in the book, you do experience a big loss in Marigold's life, and it is, for me, it was very hard to read, but kind of moving past that, you get to see her go through the grieving process and learn to continue with her life, which I've quite enjoyed reading that bit. But on the audiobook I now have an hour and 45 left. So I'm going to go and finish this off, and then I will come back and I will update you on my final thoughts, and then tell you what I'm going to be reading next. Hello! So I'm back to update you on The Honey Witch, which I have finished, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I had a nice time. It was like a casual, cozy read. I quite enjoyed the characters, the plot, the themes, the story it was trying to tell. I did find it a bit predictable, and that would be why it didn't get 5 stars from me, but otherwise I really enjoyed it. I had a good time. So it got 4 stars. lovely. This completed the magical readathon prompt of a book with a cover change, because this is the Fairy Loot edition. So the cover is slightly different to the standard. So that completed that. And as well as doing this, I'm also doing a challenge with Jade from Jade Reads Patreons, where we're trying to beat our book pages for the best month we've had so far this year. So the best month I had was in April, and I read 4,000 pages, and I'm currently trying to beat that. And I've just found out that I have like another I'm like halfway. Am I halfway? No, I'm on 2,500. So I have like 1,500 to go, and I have 2 days. But I figured out, so the last book on my magical readathon TBR is The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. So if I read that, and also read The Fellowship of the Ring, which is the Patreon buddy read for Steph, and Steph loves Patreons, and if I read The Will of the Many, if it will stop making me look so funny, I will have hit my goal. If I can read, yeah, these two chonkies and this. I don't know if this is doable, but I'm gonna give it a good go, because I am not at work, I'm off work, just my days off. So my plan is I'm going to spend all day tomorrow reading The God of the Woods. The Will of the Many is going to be my read for Monday, and I'm going to try and just read this when I want to. So it's currently 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to get into bed, but I'm going to read this on my Kindle while I'm laid in bed, because I'm really loving that cozy vibe at the moment of just chilling out, and I can read for like 2 hours, maybe get a bit of more of a chunk of the way through the audiobook, because I'm going to do like audio and reading at the same time, as I think that's going to be the easiest way to plough through this series. So based off the audiobook, I have nearly 11 hours of the audio left, but it's fine, we'll make progress. But yeah, I'm gonna get into bed now, and I'm gonna read some of this, the Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. I've already put myself through the fucking prologue, which, can I just add, is ridiculous, but I put myself through that pain already. The reason I didn't continue is because the prologue nearly made me put the book down and not pick it back up. So, but we won't go into details. I've been told after the prologue it really picks up, so that's where I'm at. So I'm going to do that. Anything else? I wanted to tell you I had this book arrive today, which is Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson, but it came out in paperback. I've been waiting to get this in paperback because all the books I own of him behind me are all in paperback, and I don't need no fucking hardbacks. So I want to update you on. I will update you tomorrow when I've made progress in something. I don't know what, but something. Hello. So I'm coming to update you on The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. So I'm halfway through, and I'm a bit bored, for starters. Also, there's so many timelines and characters and plot going on all at the same time that I have no idea what the fuck is going on. And like, you thought there'd be twists and turns throughout, but like I'm halfway and like fuck all's really happened. It's like, I get it, because like we're kind of jumping between timelines and things, but it's just not a vibe. It's not a vibe. This is the Literary Dead Book Club pick for September. And the live show I think is on the 6th of October, so I'm very, very interested to see everybody else's thoughts. Obviously I'm still going to continue, and I'm still going to try and finish this tomorrow, as I do just want to find out what the fuck is going on. But at the same time I'm a bit like, this is a bit shit. Like I'm hooked because I want to know what's happening to the Van Laar kids, but at the same time I could very easily put this book down and never know. Like, I really could give a fuck. And it has like different chapters where it will like be called something different. We can jump between different timelines. I swear to fucking god, if we get introduced to another fucking character that I've got to try and remember, because these big kind of chunks, like these big chapter chunks we kind of go between, every time we switch and I get introduced to a character I have met before, go back to them, I got to give myself like a good few pages to remind myself who the fuck this is. Because I have no idea. So I don't think I've explained the plot. So in this book we follow the Van Laars, who years before, 14 years before, their son went missing. They have like this big house, they own a kids campsite where they spend like 8 weeks at this campsite, and 14 years after their son goes missing they send their daughter to this camp, where then she goes missing. And it's very much a like, do you trust the Van Laars? And simple enough, no I fucking don't. There's something wrong with this fucking family, but at the same time I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And like the husband is so controlling, like both of them, the dad, the granddad and the dad, so fucking controlling. Like the wives don't speak because they're terrified to speak, but also if they speak it's probably wrong. Like it's fucked. It's fucked. But yeah, I'm not having the best time. I'm just kind of reading because I kind of want to know what happens, but at the same time I really couldn't give a fuck. I really couldn't give a fuck. This could be the second Literary Dead Book Club pick this year that I have given the 3 stars or lower. We'll see. But yeah, tomorrow is the last day of Magical Readathon, so I need to get this done. This is the last book on my TBR I need to get done. This is for animal studies, for a standalone book, so I need to get this done, get it dusted, get out of the way. Also for Literary Dead Book Club, but yeah, it's interesting. I'll probably update you now when I have finished this book, so then I can wrap this vlog up. But yeah, I don't know. So I finished The God of the Woods, and to be honest, what the fuck? It's like 430 pages full of everything but the plot. Like back and forth and back and forth of going from one character to another, to another, to another, to following this point of view, but then following this point of view, but then, oh, don't forget about this character, oh, don't forget about this, oh, and that, oh, and this, and it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I literally said to my mum, I had a prediction, and I said to my mum, if my prediction is correct, it's a 2-star. My prediction was kind of correct, but also kind of not. So it's getting a 3. A very low 3. I really didn't enjoy it. I found it very repetitive. maybe the last 100 pages pace really picked up for me, but for a 430 page book, the entire thing dragged until that last 100 pages. And I just didn't really have a good time. Like, don't get me wrong, I was still intrigued. I still really wanted to know what happened with these kids. What happened to them, and it's just quite boring, to be honest. It was just quite boring. I'd still be intrigued enough to pick something else up from Liz Moore, but honestly, yeah, it's not great. What a way to end Magical Readathon. But yeah, that I'm gonna give it a very low 3-star. I didn't have the best time, but it is what it is. I'm very intrigued to see what happens at the chat, the live show for this on Sunday, next Sunday. Very, very intrigued to see what everyone's thoughts are, so can't wait for that. But yeah, I have completed Magical Readathon. I have completed all the prompts I needed to, so I have completed this semester. Woo. It is now like midnight, and it is the 1st of October, so I need to wrap this vlog up. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, let me know if you've read The God of the Woods and what your thoughts were, and leave a I don't even know. Leave me an emoji expressing how you feel right now. That's a good one. I like that. But yeah, I will talk to you all very soon for another video. Bye bye.